people down in.
So amazing.
Like butter.
You're like, oh.
Oh, yeah, your back tire.
Okay.
Continue to watch the action at her Ruslan
Here at King of the Hammers.
You having me out here?
We need to drug test him.
That's the way you're going.
Yeah. You're like today or tomorrow. I was like, yeah, today. I'll get scared if I do it tomorrow. Yeah.
Listen, you did great though. It was awesome. Yeah. It was good.
It was scary.
That's
really
not that
scary.
bad. Yeah.
Back door was scary, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like,
Everything is all about.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I say we figure out how to move this over.
Yep.
And we just
Yeah,
just
I've
do
got.
that.
I mean, I got plate easy. We could rebuild that. That's not.
Hey guys, Johnny here, co-driving for Ruslan. When Arthur and Ruslan came up yesterday, I started looking at the Turbo S and how they had the fuel bill hooked up, and you can kind of see it over here. So you can see how they basically built the mount with the red head right behind the driver's seat. And we had a lot of concerns about that, because obviously when you're filling, you're still going to get a little bit of splash and shit. And you don't want to have the driver exposed to that. So what we're looking at doing is actually moving this outside of the driver compartment and moving it back and shielding it, so that we don't have an issue with that. So a little bit more work, but it'll be a pretty easy fix. So we'll get it done.
So guys, this is Kalani and Fonzie from Rugged. They're super awesome people. This guy actually downloaded my my GPS file like 10 minutes before the race, and he didn't know it was the right file until after we finished. It kind of saved the day right there. And Kalani is always taking care of me on everything, so if you guys ever need anything, come to Rugged Radios.
Can't find it, Bernie?
Yeah, nothing.
It's not going in.
You gotta rotate it a little bit to get it to.
All right, I got it.
There it is.
We just went out on the race course that we pre-ran for a little bit. Car felt really good. We definitely need to crank up the front end because, as you can see, we were smashing into our skid plate right there. Other than that, we had a really good time and it was pretty smooth. We tried to keep it as close as possible to race speed. And we got Donnie right here, our co-pilot. So yeah, he navigated me through the whole thing, and it was really good. It was fun, and it was cool having him as a co-pilot for sure. So hopefully we get to do the same on Saturday, and maybe hope it for be a little quicker, and maybe hope we can get up there. But I had fun.
Yeah, it was a good course. It was good. I think the key is going to be finishing.
Right.
I mean, it's a rough course. I mean, there's a lot of people that are going to break, so we just got to make sure we're not one of them.
Right, and then the course is definitely a lot closer to two-seater friendly. There is a lot of whoops, but there's a lot of tight sections that's not really made for this kind of car. So I definitely think that the Turbo S would do a little better than the Desert Challenge, but overall the car ran really great, and I'm super proud of the car, and that's really all I can say. Last minute changes to some shock tuning at King, so now we're going to try and change off these shocks. Amazing toolkit.
Do you have the adapter deal, or do you just use that?
No, those are front ones.
Oh.
Standing here with amazing support. As you can see, they're already tuning our shocks in the middle of the desert, which is completely awesome. The other shocks fell into pieces, so we are going to try and replace them. Again, these are not King shocks, so they're going to fall apart, so that broke. Replacing it with that. Amazing support.
You'd have to try that on the mount in the vehicle, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, Blake, you gotta go this way. Huh?
We literally just finished up tuning with our King shocks. We took them out there about 7 a.m. in the morning. We took the shocks there, and they literally just tuned it up, literally right there in the middle of the desert, and kind of just tuned with it. Not in the middle, but they had a canopy, and they just started working on it. After that, we played with a little round in the desert, and then it worked absolutely perfect. So after that, the shocks are completely set. We did some tuning out in the desert. Now they're absolutely perfect. Johnny, how'd the shocks feel to you?
Yeah, I thought they felt great. I mean, we tightened them up a little bit, but yeah, we were mobbing through the big one.
Yeah, so the car is definitely way better than it was before, and I'm super proud to say that King Shocks is my sponsor, and glad to keep them as a sponsor. Alright guys, Terry just opened a absolutely amazing shop. We took a look around. He's got some socks, beanies, shirts for sale. All super cool stuff. Make sure you guys go check it out. They'll be open today. Make sure you guys go check it out. If you're in Duke Valley, come over and check it out. So what made you open up this whole shop?
I love them. I gotta stop because the fact that you're trying to interview me is so amazing. I love you. You're getting so good at this. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
So no, this has been a dream for a really, really long time. I've had my shop for ever. That's just always been personal space. I've never let anybody into it. So people were wanting our items and shirts and stuff. So we wanted to create the retail, but the retail with the windows looking in the shop, so that people can come buy stuff and then watch what's going on.
Right, yeah, you can tell that you put a lot of time and dedication. You can see how you hung everything up. There's like Super Harley Davidson XR1000s over there.
Those have been a secret, but I guess it's going to be out after tonight, but that's what we're racing to do.
Are you serious?
That's what those are built for.
Wow, that's absolutely crazy. Well, thank you for inviting me to your shop. It's crazy.
I'm glad you're here, dude.
Thank you.
The clutch hub and the bearing cage.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. It's a trike.
Man, he caught you. I was gonna wait till we get back to the house and try to grab that stuff. No,
relative to what he could do in such a short amount of time. So when he tried to do it, and he ended up doing subjectively, and then everybody got pissed off about it, I just went back to completely random across the board, which includes trophy trucks and everybody else. I have completely random draw. Tomorrow there's enough guys. Right on, go get it, all right?
Yep, I will.
Make your car survive. If you get to the finish line, you'll finish top 10.
All right.
If you don't get to the finish line, you don't finish. It's like kind of the way it works.
Yeah, I get that.
Just get to the finish. You'll be shocked at how much better you'll do just getting to the finish line. When you think you have to keep pushing, you don't have to push.
That's what I've been working on. I'm like, slow down.
If you keep moving, you're going to do well.
All right, thank you. All right, pull the belt off. Well, it's actually looking pretty rough, so we're gonna change it for the race. All right, we're running our HD Force belts. So this baby on. I've heard that these are the best belts in the game.
By you. Apple.
too moved for Polaris to build this car to see if the other factories are going to follow, because the UTV is the most popular class in off-road racing, as well as they are what's keeping motorcycle dealerships going. I mean, motorcycles have been flying off the shelf since COVID, but before that, it's been the side-by-sides that have really been cranking. So in the other, later on in the broadcast, we are going to have Pam and also Scott.
We found the car. This is where we got stuck, and there's our frame. Check out the rear frame. There's that other side.
Fast way.
There's the other side.
We're gonna do this the fast way. I'm gonna ratchet strap this.
Take one of those and change it to a flashlight. It's not different side you've gone.
Should have brought 31.
Hold that. Your neck and your back co-driving. And how'd the driver get hurt?
He didn't.
He didn't get hurt?
No.
There you go. That was easier. Like butter.
Same thing.
It's too boring to be in. It's too strange.
When Ben, we were up at the property, Ben brought him out.
Oh, so these ones are 35.
yours.
Well, we're running 33.
spotters are all telling me different things.
I know. I have the 32 Roxillas, which will be. He did a good job, but we got my race car kind of checked.
Okay, I feel right up to
So we'll have them at ground clear.
Do they come stock with this type of arms?
Yes, this car's blown stock with wheels and tires.
trust Donnie over him.
No, it definitely made it look a lot easier than ours did. Ours was like, and yours just looked like, yeah.
The only thing I get all worried about, you know, is when you drop a wheel and you're like, oh.
Oh, yeah, your back tire starts to come up.
It's always risky.
This is my good buddy Jeremy here. He's driving the Kawasaki KRX. It looks like a pretty good trail rig, and it looked like you made it look a lot easier than ours did.
Well, it's they're not the fastest thing out there, right?
Yeah.
But they can do rocks, that's for sure. They
No,
love the rocks.
like just from looking at it, it looked like it did a lot better than ours did.
KRX is pretty amazing in the rocks.
Oh, it is. It is.
Excited for the race on Thursday, and
Oh yeah, us too.
yeah, it's
That
gonna be
car's
cool, right?
racing on Thursday.
It's cool. It's good.
Thanks, man.
It's good. I'm excited. We're gonna be battling, dude.
You miss me back.
You can't run it in like a Pro Turbo crank because it didn't come with it. It's an aftermarket.
You have to run unlimited turbo.
Right.
Modified turbo.
I just don't understand.
That's what that car is. Fucking unlimited car because.
Nope, stop.
cut down some damage on the Turbo S. As you can see, our metal shearings from our radius rod. See a pretty steep drop down here, and the Turbo S is quietly over there waiting for the JK.
Hey guys, Donnie here, helping Ruslan out. We went out and did some pre-running yesterday, outer limits. As you can see there, you can see all the rock crash on it. It's still held up, but it's a little bit bent, so we're gonna put some different radius rods on. Make sure that we're gonna be in good shape. You can see the other one's still on the car. It's still pretty bent, but it held up.
We ended up breaking a stock axle, so we're gonna put some aftermarket Super ATV axles on it, so she'll run. What's it called?
Pull it out?
No, impact with extension, so you can get it in.
It's out.
There we go.
That's cool, sure.
You got more Loctite?
Of course.
At the end of the day, we bent our radius rods, so we're putting on some Assault High Clearance radius rods on this bad girl. So once we do that, we're gonna throw some Loctite on these, our special ARP bolts, and get it back together before contingency. Loctite go missing?
Yeah, it did.
Past tech, and then now tomorrow we got to get ready for our big day. We're sitting here next to Blake's new trophy bag. It looks absolutely awesome. What do you think is going to be your first race in this bad boy?
First race will be the Mint 400. We're out here testing and just cheering on some of the other boys, sizing up the competition. We're just gonna go for our finish and see where we stack up. So
I'm so excited to see this thing in action.
dude, she barks. I'm about to take her for a ride one day.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so that level just finished. He's right behind 4 runs.
It just needed a rest. You know, it just needed it.
Yes.
A smaller course. We said that they can have passengers, so a lot of guys say, hey, $250, hop in. They each ship at 125. Now they're racing at King of Hammers, and we're off. So we'll see how he does. Again, going up this first hill section shouldn't be
all back together. We worked on it constantly, finished it.
Find some scuttlebutts. So
Hey, can you, there's a shifter table.
Okay, we see you. We see you.
Ruslan Yankilevich, he is our... Oh, we love stories like that. It's absolutely fantastic. Well, as the action continues here at the 2022 Canada's going to put the mics on as we continue to watch the action at Her Problem. Hours for you. Do not...
Any clothes as you can wear, and yeah, it's freezing.
So, I mean, when we're talking about doing all these racing and you're in the cars for that many hours, I mean, are you dealing with your own nutrition and your own, you know, food, drink and stuff like this? How do you prepare for that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And then what happens is in the evenings, the trails close down.
We'll have to maybe do both, maybe.
Okay.
King of Hammers, attempt 1, a very, not, I would say that I'm very proud of me and Donnie because we did make it a very far way into King of Hammers. We had about, let's say, about 30 miles left to the finish.
Yeah, we're maybe about 20 miles away from the finish, or less.
We're about 20 miles away from the finish. We went through a lot of very hard trails. We went through Chocolate Thunder. We went through Jackhammer, Sledgehammer. Went through all of that very smoothly with no problems. We ended up our first problem really ended up going through schooners. Our whole electrical system went down. We weren't able to start the car, and so we had to mess around with some electrical things, and Donnie ended up figuring out what the problem was. We went back on the race course and kept continuing. When we came out to about Chocolate Thunder, we snapped our axle, so we had to winch up Chocolate Thunder. And after that, we had no problem getting through the rest of the trails, just very smoothly. And once we kind of hit Wrecking Ball is when we kind of started failing. Once we snapped that axle, we ended up making the tire go flat. So as soon as we tried to fix that with our jack, the jack didn't go high enough to lift up the car, and we ended up running out of CO2 cartridges. So we tried to hook the winch up to a rock, and that didn't go as planned. It was just trying to twist the car over. So ending up, we ended up clocking out after having those problems. And that's kind of where we called it a day. But I'd like to thank my pit crew, number one. The pit crew helped us through a lot. Obviously,
yeah, the Goodalls and all those, Alan and all those guys.
They definitely were a big help in the racing kind of stuff. And number two, I'd definitely like to thank Donnie. He was definitely telling me where to go. And then one thing I forgot to mention was that we had to use hand signals because our radio system went down for about 5 to 10 miles. We had to use hand signals. But at the end of the day, we had a really good race, and just hopefully we can make it those extra 20 miles next time. And that's really all I have left to say, but I'd like to thank all my sponsors at the end of the day, and thank all y'all for supporting me. I am standing here with the founder of King of the Hammers. Super awesome race. It was super brutal for me and a very rich experience out there driving our Turbo S. And you set up a very awesome race. I'm pretty proud to say that we made it far but didn't finish, but we'll definitely finish next year.
That's a good attitude, Ruslan. I'm happy you came out. I know you put a lot of effort into it. I appreciate your professional approach to it. You've been respectful and appreciative of the opportunities at every turn, and you've been making the most of it. I'm proud of you, man. Keep doing it, all right?
Thank you. I really appreciate you having me out here.
Keep doing the things.
Thank you, Dave. I will.
Cheers.